Welcome everybody to the second episode, and hopefully something long running, the Retro Gaming Hippie, brought to you by Green Arrow and Flash as they ride in the front of Sky Pilot. Now yesterday happened to be a day off for me, being Labor Day. Got to get out and do a nice little run around the neighborhood, and as I was finishing up my loop there, I saw a sign for a storage unit sale. And so I followed the sign down the storage unit and didn't see another sign tell me what storage unit. I saw one at the end that was wide open, and I'm poking my head in there and I don't see anybody, but there's a lot of stuff there. I mean, it definitely looks like a garage sale. So, you know, it's me. I'm walking in, taking a look around, you know. And after about a few minutes, this guy comes and he's like, "Oh, you here for garage sale?" I was like, "Yeah," because well, it's actually right around the corner, but I do sell stuff out of here. So I was like, "Cool, man, cool. What do you got? Do you mind if I poke around?" I said, "No, man, go ahead and take a look around." Really nice old guy. Talked to him about 15 or 20 minutes. I found a few things that I'm going to show you in just a minute. But we somehow got in the conversation of me having this old bus. He's like, "Oh, yeah, well, let me open up the other storage unit. Let me show you this." He rolls back his other storage unit. It's full of all these washers because he deals a lot in furniture and washers. But tucked around all of them looks to be a very minty 79 Volkswagen camper bus that he is selling. He's asking like 16 grand, which is probably what it would be worth because it looked like brand new. You can see the fabric on the pop top looked brand new, the paint looked brand new. It would just look as in pristine shape, but not for me. I'm not looking to buy a car. But if I was buying a new car for 16 grand, I'd buy that. So let's get to what we found. Let's start with games. Little Star Ocean 2, the second story, PlayStation, Black Label, nice RPG. Case is cracked. Games are both in there. Definitely a fun RPG to play, and that's one of the things that I like to collect. Picked up a wireless controller. Not a Wavebird, but I don't have one. I'm obviously missing the other piece to hook it up there, but I was like, yeah, GameCube. I'll go ahead and throw that GameCube wireless controller in there. I think it's a Pelican. A few more games. Mercenaries 2 looks to be, it's complete. Kind of a shooter. I don't know much about it, but sometimes I like to just get away from the RPGs and kill times and blow stuff up when it comes to be the winter. Little PSP God of War. Not really into the handhelds, but I just picked up a nice PSP lot a few weeks ago, so maybe I'll get into those again. And it is of course complete. And this is pretty new for me, but always a good trade thing, at least. Little Super Mario Wii. I've played the Wii. It's okay. But I pride myself on lots of useless knowledge. Growing up in the 80s, and for whatever reason, I did get a lot of Star Wars stuff. Got a lot of Crystar and He-Man, which I wish I would have kept, but I didn't. But I see this toy sitting back there, and I know what it is, but I honestly never watched it. Come out, wherever you are. She's in pretty good shape. She is, I couldn't tell you her name. She's the girl from Silverhawks. And I figured, well, I'm going to come across somebody that's going to have Crystar, and I'm going to want the Crystar. So I'm going to pick up the Silverhawks. Now her cape is there. It is broken up there, but her action works. Are you ready? Her wings go out. So it'd be a really good trade bait. The one more piece that I really wasn't sure what it was. Give you guys some vertigo with my camera work. Not that. That's my beard brush. Got a big old beard. Was this guy here? Now, I was looking at him and I could tell that he definitely was probably something from the 70s and 80s. Of course, I was looking at the markings in the back, which is going to be really hard to see, so I'm not going to try to get you to do that. But it was 1985 and it was Remco. So originally I thought as a kid from the 80s, Remco made a Karate Kid line. I thought, well, maybe that's Karate Kid, the guy from Karate Kid 2 that he fought. But I really wasn't sure. At 85, I think was a little bit too old for Karate Kid 2. I think that was 86, but not 100%. But picked him up anyway because he's definitely a cool looking little toy, and I love my toys. It turns out he's part of, I think, a Ninja Warrior line that Remco did. You know, so it was just something to kind of save. And this is, as far as I could tell, everything he came with. I think these accessories that would go in his hands didn't come with him. It was part of an accessory pack. But he's got a little kick action and does his thing. And the biggest reason why I picked it all up was grand total for all of this stuff, $5. And I got to meet a guy that maybe down the road picks up more things that I might want and really enjoy. I think the biggest takeaway from it is when you're seeing these things and it's cheap, is knowing what it is and knowing it's something worth picking up that you can use to trade later on down the road, or you never know if you want to get into toys. I'm going to give a little bit of a shout out if they ever see it. I kind of got into this because I watched a video called the Game Chasers. If you guys ever heard of them online, they're out of Texas. A couple guys that definitely are slicker with the editing and much better than I am with all of that stuff. Maybe I'll get there one day. But they got into toys too, and I saw an episode where they came across what turned out what it was a bandolier figure holder, like Chewbacca's bandolier from about 85, 86. They didn't know what it was. And I don't know if it was staged. I don't think it was staged. Anyway, they ended up leaving it there. I don't know how much it was. Later on down the road, they realized, oh crap, we probably should have picked that up. We didn't know what it was, and they didn't really have knowledge on it. Now, I might be a little bit older than them, but I kind of pride myself on having that geek knowledge of everything. And I carry a little spyglass or monocle if I really want to read how old or the maker of something, so I can kind of get an idea of what it is. But I generally have that useless knowledge in me. But Game Chasers are a really good group to watch their videos and be somewhat jealous of some things they find. Not as jealous if you want to go back really far. Pat the NES Punk, if you ever heard of him, he had a Flea Market Madness series that was really cool too. But he was hitting flea markets in early 2010s, 11s, and you would not believe what he finds. So these are my pickups on my Monday long run. Got to meet a really cool old guy that down the road might pan out and might find something else there. And that's kind of what it's about. Getting out, getting to meet people, kind of making connections, and always asking, you know, hey, down the road, if you find more stuff, here's my information. Give me a call or just stopping back by there. I did find that storage unit sale, actually, that was right around the corner from, and they did have some game stuff. They had Xbox set up, probably about 20 games, nothing I really wanted, an Xbox, and they were asking $35 for it, which was, yeah, it was an okay deal if you wanted one, but I don't need an Xbox. And a PS2 collection of games, just nothing really standing out that I wanted to pick up. So I did find that sale, and it did have games. But that was my Monday pickups. Hope you enjoyed the video. Your feedback is always nice, and we'll see you guys out on the road.